So this is the data I have. So how I have created this Excel file, you know that you can directly open an Excel file. Okay, and you can give it a heading area, and you can fill the area here like this in the column, and then you can also fill the prices. Okay, now I am using only 5 because this was mentioned in the example, and now we will just import this data into our program. Okay, so this is something that we have not covered already, so I will just give you an overview that how this will happen. When we were doing Python, so we as a beginner worked on the direct idle. Okay, and then we started Visual Studio Code for Python, and also in web technologies I have explained everything on Visual Studio Code. Okay, but in companies most of the time they are using different platforms. Sometimes they are using PyCharm, sometimes they are using Anaconda. Okay, so in that case you must be familiar with all the platforms that are available. Got it? So Anaconda Navigator is a kind of interface that will help you to work on all the platforms in the online mode. You don't have to install all the platforms. You can use them directly by installing Anaconda Navigator. So I have already installed Anaconda Navigator on my system, and you can also install it from the internet. If you face any problem, I can share the steps with you. Okay, so I am about to open that. So how you can open it? You can search it directly. You can search it from the start. You can see here there is Anaconda Navigator, Anaconda 3. So I will open it, and as the whole screen is being shared with you, you can see that how it is opening. So it will take some time to open. It is initializing. It is adding feature channels because it is working on a local host, like we work on PHP or some other things. Okay, so after it is opening, you can see that this thing appears. Okay, in the bottom, can you see? So I'm clicking on it, so this thing will appear in front of you. You can use command prompt, you can use the IDE data lore, you can use Jupyter Lab, you can use PowerShell prompt. There are so many IDs that are available. Okay, Spider is available, Orange 3, can you see? PyCharm Professional. Okay, you can install them. So here I am working on Jupyter Notebook because I have come across so many students of and they are saying that in most of the companies in which they are using Python or implementing Python on different platforms like machine learning, they are using this ID, Jupyter Notebook. Okay, so I am launching it in front of you. Again, it will take some time. Can you see that so many people are working on it and there are so many files on it in the folders? Okay, so I have created this linear regression code that I am explaining to you. Okay, and it is a Jupyter notebook, right? So that's why it is saying IPYNB, because it is a PY means Python, NB means notebook. So whenever you save it, by default it comes like this, Python notebook, and the name I have given it is linear regression. So whenever you start, you can start fresh here. In the beginning I started it like this. I have gone to new, and then I have clicked on Python 3. Okay, IPY kernel, and it opens a new tab. Can you see? It is opening a new tab, and in a new tab, a new blank file appears for you. It is untitled. You can give it any name. How you give it any name? You can simply click on the untitled and a name will be selected. So you can select any name, linear suppose, and then you can click on the rename, and can you see it is now renamed. Okay, and here you have to write the code. Okay, so how to write the code? You can write it like this: print, suppose I am doing hello world, print hello world. Okay, and when you are done with your code writing, you can just click on the run, and can you see in the very next line it is giving you the output of that. So this is something that you have executed, and this is the output. Okay, so if you want to execute it again, now a new cell has been created. So if you want to execute it again, you have to again click on the cell and you have to again run it, and it will run again for you. Okay, so you can do anything with it. You can check the type of like hello world. These are the simple commands that we have done already in Python. Okay, so now I want to execute this one, so I will run it. So it is telling me that this is a string. So whenever you are running it, this is an input and it is giving you the output. So this is third cell and it is giving you the output of that. So this is the list of the file, and this one I just opened and then closed. That's why it is saying it is running. So I have to just click on it. And when you click on it, can you see? It is already named linear regression. And in the very first cell, I have done some importing. I have done imports actually. Okay, so I told you students that we have to fetch the file, the Excel file, right, from the computer, and you have to bring it here. Can you see here? Okay, so to do that, there is one module that will help to fetch the files. And what is the name of that module? That is known as Pandas. Okay, there is one dedicated topic in your syllabus in the D section where I will help you with the different functions of Pandas. But for the time, if someone will ask you that why we use Pandas, so we are using Pandas to fetch the files, right, from the computer and then bring them into your program. Got it? So how you import Pandas? You write import, and what is the name of the module? It is Pandas. Okay, and I don't want to write pandas again and again whenever I will use its function. So we always use its short name, one alias, nickname. So I have imported pandas as PD. PD means short form for pandas. You can give it any name. Okay, and sometimes we need to create array, right, numbered arrays or character arrays. For that, there is one module that is known as NumPy. So there is this thing also in your syllabus. We can do it in detail also. So NumPy is used to create a list of arrays, and I have imported it as NP. Now there is this matplotlib. This is a library, and out of this library, I am using pyplot module. Okay, matplotlib has so many functionalities. Okay, you can do everything. MATLAB is a dedicated technology like Python. Okay, but in Python particularly, there is one dedicated library that is known as matplot library. And what is the purpose? It is helping you to plot the graphs. Okay, and different types of graphs you can use, but I am using pyplot graphs. So that's why I'm naming it .pyplot. And I am not using this whole thing again and again. That's why I have given it one alias, one short name, that is PLT. Okay, now you know that linear regression model or linear regression is something that has already been created. It's not a new thing. It's not a new model that I am creating. It's already there. Its code is already there. All you have to do is to just import it. Okay, and for doing all the machine learning algorithms, there is this dedicated library that is known as scikit-learn. Okay, so from scikit-learn is a huge library. Okay, so import pandas means I have imported everything from panda. Import NumPy means I have imported the whole NumPy module. Import matplotlib.pyplot means I have imported the whole this submodule. But sklearn is a huge library. From sklearn, there are so many models that you can use. Linear model, there is classification model, there are decision trees, but I am not importing all of them because I have to use only linear model. Okay, so from sklearn, import linear underscore model. Now student, this is not something that you can give your own name. It is fixed. The name of the model is linear underscore model. So students, that's all from my side. And in the next lab, we will start with the implementation part. And it's very simple actually. When we will do the implementation with Jupyter, every step, every cell is running separately. At any time, you can run any independent cell. All the cells, they are independent. In case of normal Python, what happens? That when you run a file, the whole file will run. But in the cell case, what will happen? The cell on which you are clicking, that will run only. Okay. And the whole implementation is also very simple. You have already gained this idea that how all the imports are important and what's the purpose of those imports. Okay, so now what's your homework is that you have to install Anaconda Navigator on your system. If you face any problem, just let me know. I will share the steps with you, and then launch that Jupyter notebook, and then try the imports only. And the next step is I will help you import the Excel file. We will plot the Excel file, then we will do the training, and then we will give it a fresh new data of 3300 area of the house and 5500 area of the house, and we'll ask our model to predict, and we'll see that if the predict is actual or not. So with that, I am about to end this meeting.